I don't think we've got many. Well, thanks everyone. We've got a small crowd here, but mighty. And this is our Teaching in Educational Technologies Committee Workshop for NACAA. And my name's David Yates. I'm the committee chair from the University of Tennessee. We have committee members with us today. Melanie Barker is, I know, out. She's from Penn State. Alicia Halbritter is from the University of Florida, and Travis Harper from the University of Missouri. We also have our member Scott Stennett from Colorado State University that may be able to join us. Today is our time to get together and to discuss what the Teaching and Educational Technology Committee can do for you as the membership of NACAA. We're under the Extension Development Council. Again, NACAA is made up of committees, and the work of these committees is the work of our organization. So we want to make sure and take the things that you feel like are important that our committees should focus on this coming year. In this past year, we hosted 12 member presented presentations in Billings during the 2025 AMPIC. There's a wide range of topics that we had there. This coming year in Denver, we also have 12 more. Those are ranging from artificial intelligence to drones to creating videos to using escape rooms. So there'll be a wide variety of topics that we'll see with that session. So I'm going to open up the floor and ask if Colt would like to address anything. We got Alicia on here and also Travis. And then any of our other members, I see Tyrone's popped on too.
Well, thanks for the introduction, David. I'm a little bit under the weather today, so I'm going to stay off camera. We've got an exciting conference coming up in Denver, and remind folks that your committee is also hosting a super seminar on podcasting, in addition to your 12 abstract presentations that you got coming up. So, really looking forward to that, uh, and happy to be here. I got my start in NACAA in the TET committee, so this is this has always been real close for me.
Thanks, Colt. And I'll also want to recognize Tyrone for being on here with us. If you want to say a few words too, I don't know if you have gotten to attend all the committee meetings, but I'm sure you've tried to pop into a lot.
Yeah, I've got a good track record. I think I've only missed one Friday because I was traveling, but definitely try to catch it when I'm in. I was actually in Detroit this morning for Newell for Urban Extension. So definitely I made it home time for this one. One of the main messages for economic reasons. Um, don't know if you know, please take the train from the airport to Denver. Once you get to Denver, the train is $10 one way, and then there's a free bus that goes to the hotel. So the Uber ride depends on what time of day, and it is getting higher because of gas prices. The Uber could cost between $60 to $100. Depends on what time you come in the airport. But the train is $10 consistently. So for those with tight budgets, please take the train, and then there's a free bus to the Sheraton just outside the Union Station.
Hey, thanks for that tip. Saving money is always good.
Yep.
But yeah, we're looking forward to all getting together in Denver. That's not many weeks away. We're getting close on that. Uh, I'm going to call on Alicia and Travis and see if they have anything that they'd like to add. And then as anyone else, any questions for us, things that you would like us to look at doing, or uh, say things that you've done in the past and been able to use out of the committee that you've been with.
I can start. I am also traveling today, so excuse me, just happened to be on my phone. But I think our committee has been doing a pretty good job of providing some professional development opportunities and such for the membership, and excited to continue that and work on our super seminar for the podcast and see everyone at AMPIC.
David, I'll just reiterate what Alicia said. I really enjoyed my term on the TET committee. I think in all the years we've had really excellent presentations for our dozen or so abstracts that we have at AMPIC, and then I think the super seminars have been excellent, and they seem to have been well received by the membership, and we've had good crowds at those. So I think those have been super productive.
Hey, thanks, Travis and Alicia. I'll just share with the group. I had an opportunity yesterday to speak via Zoom to a group of West Virginia agents that were having their ag agent session. And they had asked me to come in because the ag director for the state had seen and attended our super seminar that we did last year at Billings. And he was wanting to share some of that information that we had done during it with his agents who weren't able to come. So it was a good opportunity to come in, spend an hour with them, share some things about AI, also some things that have changed in that almost year since we've done that. Because if you're following AI any at all, you know about every month there's some kind of major change that's happening. So that's one that's really hard to keep up with, but I'm seeing more and more people in extension, not just in NACAA or in agriculture, but in all of our program areas in extension, starting to develop more and more use of where AI can come into play, help them do their job. And I'm not going to pick on Abby, but I see she's another person that's joined our group today. And again, we're just asking for feedback, things that our committee can help do for the membership. Are there topics or things that you would like to see us uh, address more? We'll also look at those sessions that we have at the AMPIC this year. And if there's something else that we can piggyback off of and do some more research on and present opportunities for our membership, we'll be glad to do that.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. I am from Minnesota, and I'm our state chair for the committee. And to be honest, I have been for probably 8 or 9 years, and this is the first time I've participated. I'm also our communications award chair in Minnesota, so I generally will go when the meetings were at the AMPIC. I would go to that meeting. So I appreciate this format. Kind of ironic, right? Using technology. Um, I like, David, that you talked about that you were able to share some of the happenings and share some more messaging with West Virginia, I think you said. And so I guess that was my question too, is not all of our members can come to AMPIC. Not all of our members are probably going to be in St. Paul next year because of other things, just with life. And so I've appreciated the opportunity to have like some of the professional development webinars. I think the leadership committee maybe does some of that. So is there a way to maybe deliver one or two a year, particularly in I feel like so many of our universities might focus on one type of thing each year. Like maybe videos are really big for an extension department one year. I like the podcasting idea. Um, it's so important, I feel like, to share what other states are doing. We can share within our state what everybody's doing, and we can latch on to stuff if it's been successful for one person, then I feel like everybody else latches on. Um, but I would like to be able to diversify that, what's happening in other parts of the country. And I would love to be able to see and promote, more importantly, once or twice annual webinars um, for our people who don't attend AMPIC. Maybe it can be the gateway drug to getting them involved.
Well, we have, and I will take the blame for this year. I think between my schedule that's gotten out of control and some of our committee members, we have sort of dropped the ball on, we've tried to do a webinar before the AMPIC every year from this committee. And I know a lot of the other committees will do a webinar. I don't know, and Tyrone may be able to address this, if we're up, down, the same with all of those opportunities that we've had. I know we've tried to promote those.
I'm going to say Coach said that we've been pretty consistent over the years. It hasn't been a big number, it hasn't been a low number. But I'm going to say we do provide the second and fourth Wednesdays at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we provided several for 3, 4 months. So we did do one this year outside of those months because they wanted to do the scholarship one closer to the scholarship deadline. So we worked that out and worked out with no problem. But yes, those opportunities will be available next year again. I'm pretty sure. I doubt they go more than probably consistently with the webinars. Um, the second and fourth Wednesday, but I can't speak on what the plans be next year with the new vice president. So, but definitely you're looking at least 4 months. You're looking at probably 8 or more opportunities to get some seminars in, and I think this year we have 5 or 6. So we're doing pretty good, and all the webinars are on our Ag Agents YouTube channel. So Scott posts them within 24 hours, and we do have a good volume there as well for people to watch them.
And they can go back in time and pick up those older ones.
Correct. Yes, sir.
David, I really liked what we did. I think it was a year ago when we had the AI super seminar, but before that we had a webinar for maybe people that weren't coming to AMPIC, or as kind of a little bit of background on AI before they showed up at AMPIC to kind of, get everybody on the same page. I thought that worked really well. So that may be something we could do in the future, sort of tie in a webinar to our super seminar topic.
Yeah, that did work out real well. And I don't know if that was any indication to get the people to have signed up for the super seminar, but we had a big crowd for the super seminar when we had it. And we actually hosted 2 super seminars last year. Also the one on the board games. Trying to do 2 at the same time is a little bit hard. I'll admit to that right there. Colts put in the chat the link to the YouTube channel there. So that's a good thing to go back and look at. We have, and it's Colt also said, we have always had a pretty high view rate coming back on this, so we can work some more on providing those opportunities. Our committee had discussed this earlier, and we had felt like we had all sort of been AI'd to death. We've talked and talked and talked about it, and I think we could have easily done another one, but it's thinking about, so what's the next thing out there? And Colt and I had looked at, and he had suggested doing the podcast because that's another a big topic that a lot of our universities are looking at to reach that next group of audience member participants that we have. Thinking about, well, you can listen to a podcast as you're driving to your different meetings and going to different visits in the county or just driving back and forth to work. So it's a good way that we can come in and hopefully teach our members how to reach a different group of their audience. Is there anything else? I'm making some notes and we have the transcription on in Zoom too that we'll get afterwards. But Abby, I appreciate your comments about the professional development. And again, I know it's very challenging when we go to this conference or any conference. It seems like there will be 3 sessions that I want to go to, and they're all at the same time on the same day. And you have to make that choice and pick and choose. And, those are decisions we have to make with the webinar and these type of meetings. At least it gives us an opportunity to come back and know. I like this format because we had one day that we did all of these committee meetings at the same time. And again, you had to pick and choose. So now we can come in and we can actually participate in multiple things that we have an interest in. And Alicia's saying there's a lot of our NACAA webinar announcements are going to the clutter folder. And again, I think all of that depends on, I know we have issues at our university, how the university's managing your email. I know Florida and Tennessee both use the Microsoft suite and everything. And we have to go in and tweak it quite a bit because things do get sucked into Never Never Land. And sometimes they go to spam when they had no business going there to begin with. Okay, it's a quiet group. I'm not going to berate this and beat people over the head for anything, but if anyone has suggestions, comments, please contact myself or contact any of your regional committee members. We're here to serve you. This is our role that we have within our organization. I'm on my first year of the second term. It'll be this year and next year, and then I'll be off of here, and you'll have some new leadership too. But it takes a lot of work to make it happen, but it's work that feels good for all of us. Um, Again, please reach out anytime that you need anything or have suggestions or ideas. If that, we'll just call it a wrap. Thanks for Tyrone and Colt for being here too.
See you in Denver.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone.